it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and in this video I'm going to be creating a scrapbook layout for the scraparstash.blogspot.com What's My Challenge for November. And for this challenge there's not a sketch, but there are a few rules, and so if you want to participate, I will leave a link to the website in the description below, and you can go click that and find all of the rules and everything that you need to join in. And this is a really fun challenge. For this one, we're going to be creating a layout about someone or something you're thankful for. And I think that's perfect for the month of November, since Thanksgiving is coming up in the United States. And so also you need to use one of the phrases on your layout. And the phrases are over here. So we have to pick from these three phrases. We have so very thankful, incredibly grateful, and unbelievably blessed. And then you also need to use a doily on your layout. And you have until November the 29th to submit your layout for this challenge. And so when I was looking at this, I was trying to think about what could I create a layout for this challenge. And I have recently created a Thanksgiving layout. I actually worked on several layouts for fall, and did a Halloween layout. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll do something a little bit different. And I decided to do this one here that says so very thankful, and to scrapbook a picture or a couple pictures of my friends. And because I'm very thankful to have my friends, and we just have such a good time scrapbooking and hanging out together. And I've really gotten to know these ladies really well, and they're so supportive, and I'm just very thankful to have them as my friends. And so it's very funny because we met only, when was it, 2017, but I feel like I know them for my whole life. It's funny how sometimes you meet people and you get to know someone, and you just feel like you've known them forever. And that's how this group of friends is for me. Now, my one big disappointment with this layout was that I wasn't able to find a picture that wasn't fuzzy, because a lot of times when we take pictures, one person will have like a waitress or someone take a picture of our group, and it'll be on somebody's phone, and then they'll share it through a text message. And what we're finding is that those pictures can be very blurry and not of the best quality. And so I had a little bit of a challenge finding a picture. And the one picture that I'm going to be using doesn't have all of my friends. I wasn't able to find a group picture, but I thought it was the best picture that I had for this layout and the paper that I selected. And so you're going to see why in a minute when I show you the picture. But so that's kind of a little bit of a challenge. I really wanted a group picture with everyone. And this is a picture that was taken, I think this was last year at Christmas time. We have a tradition of going out to Christmas dinner. And we went to a restaurant here in Slidell, Louisiana. It's a really awesome restaurant called Copeland's. They have like Cajun cuisine, and a really nice restaurant. But look how fuzzy this picture is, and I actually edited it trying to get it to be a better picture, and I just couldn't get it any better than that. And so I'm going to wait to scrapbook this picture until I can figure out which one of my friends has it on their phone, so I can get a better picture. I had like probably three or four different snapshots from this night, and they were all blurry. So I don't think it's just the picture that's blurry. I just think it was because it was sent through the text messenger. Okay, so I was able to find this picture, which was taken on my phone. And this is a picture that was taken at a crop, and I think it was back in 2018. We went to the Scrapbook crop in Mandeville, Louisiana, and we had a really good time. But my friend Judy was supposed to come, but she was sick, and so she wasn't there. But Andre took her place. So we have, this is my friend Andre, and this is Tina, and then this is me. And I just thought the colors in this particular picture really suited the paper that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to do this layout, and later I'll do another layout with a group picture if I can find a better one. Okay, so I really want to get together with my friends and see if we can maybe get a computer and hook everybody's phones up to it and try to copy all the pictures off, and then maybe share them that way. So maybe we would have, more pictures that we can scrapbook, because we're scrapbookers. We need to have pictures. So funny too. We recently went on a girls trip to the Gulf Coast, and I thought it was the funniest thing because we went to Tuesday mornings, and my friend Tina said, "Oh, we have to get a picture of all of us in front of Tuesday mornings," and she just asked some random stranger to come and take our picture. And he was so super awesome and so sweet, and he put his stuff in his car, and then he came over and took our picture. But yeah, that was too funny. But I was so happy that we have that picture as well. I couldn't find that one though. I don't know if I have a copy of it or maybe my friends just have a copy, but I'll have to see if I can maybe get a copy of that one because I'd like to scrapbook that memory as well. Okay, so for this layout, I decided that I wanted to use this collection that I had picked up at Tuesday mornings last year, and it's from My Mind's Eye. It's super pretty. It was like a half collection. You would get like 6 pieces of paper and then a 6x12 cardstock sticker sheet. And then they also had the ephemera pack. So I was able to get not only this collection kit, but also the ephemera to go with it. And I just think that this collection kit is the perfect paper for this picture. I just think that's going to be so gorgeous together. I just love all the colors. Now there is some black because we're wearing, you know, some black, but I think it's still going to work okay. And now for my title, I want my title to be kind of a large element on my layout. So I'm going to use the title, "So Very Thankful for My Friends," or something like that. And so I'm going to use this sticker set, I think, for the word friends. Or no, I'm sorry, for the word thankful. That's what I decided. Because I want that to be a big element and to kind of stand out and be the largest part of the title. And then I'm going to try to mix in some other alphas. I have these puffy alphas from Dear Lizzie, and it's in a really pretty blue color. And I think it will go with the paper, but I'm not sure yet. It looks like it would, but it might not. I also have these gray letters that might work. And I have a book of alphas here. These are all smaller alpha stickers that I have collected. And I have them by color. And so I was thinking maybe pink or maybe green. And so I'll probably look through this book and see what else I have in here to use. Okay, in addition to that, I need to use a doily. So I went through my stash of doilies and I found these doilies. And I like the size of it. I thought the pattern on it was really pretty, and I thought it suited the paper and the pictures. Okay, so for embellishments, I have these bows. Now you might be looking at this thinking, Kara, why would you bring that in? But even if I just used either the pink bow or maybe possibly the green one, I think that would be really pretty. I probably would only use one bow. And so even though all those bows don't go with what I'm doing, I think that I could bring this in. I love using bows, especially since this is going to probably be a pretty feminine layout just based on the colors and the different things I'm selecting, like the doilies. And so I think it's going to suit the look and feel of this layout. I also found these stickers. This is from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio. And not all of these would work, but I do love this pink rose on the top. And I really think that that would go well with this paper. So possibly I could use some of these flowers. And then I had this sticker pack from Jen Hadfield. It's some word stickers. I love that it has kind of a cream color stickers. It also has a pink and like a charcoal gray color. I think those would be really pretty. And since this was a layout about friends, I did find these transparent, I think these are transparent stickers, like clear stickers. And I thought this was really cool. It's called this sticker down here that says Circle of Friends, or maybe Friendship warms the Heart. I could maybe use one of these or several of these stickers on this layout. So that's kind of my plan. I also have a couple of flare buttons here. And I don't know if any of these will go. I just kind of looked through my stash and found some that I thought were kind of pastel colors that might be in the same color range as the paper that I was using. And I don't really know if these will make it on the layout or not, but I just thought I would pull them in. And I just recently opened an online store, and it's the Yes Please button shop, and I'm selling my flare buttons. And I'll put a link to that store in the description below if you're interested in checking that out. But I really love making the flare buttons, but I've been making orders for other people, so I hadn't really been making them for myself. But I need to probably go back and start doing more for me and maybe making some to go with some of my papers that I have. I find sometimes what happens is I sit down to Scrapbook, and then I will, you know, go through my button stash, and I don't really have one that goes, and so then I kind of just leave it out. Even though I have the button machine, I think I probably need to spend some time like putting together page kits or something, and then making the buttons specifically for the page kits. And I really want to get back into doing more page kits. I think I did more scrapbooking when I had that as a starter than I do from just starting from scratch. And so I really do want to get back into making page kits. And I think I'm going to be going to a crop in March of next year, I'm hoping. And I would love to have maybe 20 page kits to bring with me. So it's definitely something I want to work on over the next, you know, maybe 3 or 4 months, just to get myself prepared, and not, so I'm not rushing at the very end trying to put stuff together for that crop. And so I'll also have some page kits to work on, you know, just in my craft room when I'm at home. So maybe I might make some videos sharing my process for that. I'll have to think about how I could do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to the layout. I'm all over the place today, just in a very talkative mood, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick out my papers, and then I will start working on the layout, and we'll see where we go from here. But I'm just going to keep this picture out, and let's take a look at the papers. I just love looking at the papers with you guys and talking over the different choices. It really does help me to try to come up with, you know, kind of my design and figuring out what papers I like to use. So I do appreciate y'all taking the time to watch my videos. I feel like I have all these scrappy friends out there in the world that I can just talk to while I'm scrapbooking. So I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so isn't this paper gorgeous? I just love this kit. It's got gold accents, which is why I decided to bring in a gold title. And so here is the stickers, and you can see how pretty they are with the foiling. And then the paper even has foiling on it. And so we have this paper here. It's got this design down here at the bottom, and I love how distressed looking this is. It's almost like it's got mixed media already on it. And then the back is this really pretty aqua or teal color. I never know what to call blue-green papers. Is it aqua? Is it teal? Is it, you know, it's kind of confusing to me sometimes. So I use those words interchangeably. If there's a difference, I don't know. I think teal is probably like a darker green color, and maybe aqua is more of a blue. Okay, so here we go. This is the next paper, and this is really cute. It's got the gold foiling, like this frame around it, with the flowers down here at the bottom. And then on the back of that one is this yellow polka dot. But that paper is gorgeous. Now, this was one of the main reasons why I picked up this kit. I love this pink plaid paper. Isn't that gorgeous? With the, I might have to definitely use this. I don't know. We'll see. See what else there is in there. We have a floral here. That's really pretty. And then there's this, another floral with the butterflies. And then on the back of that one is this stripe with the gold foiling. Okay, and then the last paper, no, we got 2 more papers. We have this paper here, which has flowers, and on the back of that one is like a honeycomb with gold foiling. And then we have this one here, which has butterflies with gold foiling, and then on the back of that one is this really bright yellow. I don't think I'm going to use the yellow. I think it's a little bit too saturated in color. I want this to be more pastel as far as my layout. And I really love this pink plaid paper here. So let's kind of see if I use that pink plaid with this picture. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Definitely going to use that. So let's see what we can get to go with this pink paper. Now the back of it, or this plaid paper, the back of it is the floral. And we don't really have a lot of greens in the photo. It's more like blue and pink. So maybe not using the back of that one. This is super pretty. I like this floral, but I don't know if it's too busy with the flat, with the plaid, with that plaid. And then I also really like this paper, but I'm not sure if the plaid goes with this paper. That's super pretty too though. Okay, I really like that. I wonder what if I could do this. I could use this for my background and then just use this as a layer behind my picture. Now you wouldn't be able to see as much of the plaid, but I think that would be super pretty. And maybe I could do a couple of layers behind my photo using this kind of a green blue. It's more green than blue, I guess. And do something like that. Or maybe even make a bigger block of color paper there. I don't really think I'm liking this paper as much. I could just leave it with those two. Oh, that's pretty. I have a pink, but it's kind of competing with that pink plaid. I don't think that would work. I would love to use this paper as a background too. So maybe I'll just save that one for another layout. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the blue paper. Now, if I was using, you know, as much as I love this paper and how pretty it is, I'm having a little bit of a hard time coming up with, you know, what papers to use together. Do you ever get kits like that? It's like all the papers are really pretty on their own, but when you start putting them together, they just don't quite seem to gel together. And that's what I'm finding with this paper. It might be good if I was to take this and make it into, like, take each piece of paper because it's so pretty and build a page kit from each paper and just bring in papers from other places in my craft room. Because I do love the papers. I'm just not sure. Now that's pretty. I'm not sure if I love the papers together, but I do like this. I do love those three papers together. And I have this butterfly one. So let's just try that one out. I think this floral paper would work better just because it has the pink in there. And this has no pink at all in it. So even though this goes really well with the colors that we're wearing in the photo, it doesn't really lend itself to blending with this pink paper or the paper here. And I really think that this floral paper, if you look at the floral paper, it just pulls in the pink from this paper and also pulls in some of the colors from over here. And it just makes these three papers, it kind of ties, this paper ties these two papers together. And I love to do that when I'm picking out papers, is try to pick out papers that kind of almost make a, I don't know what word I'm looking for. But I think you kind of get the idea of what I'm saying. It's just, it kind of ties the papers together and makes them look cohesive, like they belong together. And I think out of all the papers in this collection kit, these three papers to me kind of look like they belong together on the same layout. So I'm going to be using this paper for my layout. And yeah, I think this is going to be fun. Now, you know I can't scrap and talk at the same time. So I'm going to stop talking and start scrapping. And I will speed this up and do a voiceover later. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've had this collection in my stash for probably about a year, and so super excited to get the opportunity to use some of the papers from this collection because they are just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to start off by putting together my title because I wanted to make sure that I left space on my layout, and I'm going to have quite a large title, so that's always a good idea to make sure you plan ahead. And you can see there that I ended up having to move that over because the word was much bigger than I thought it was going to be. But I'm going to use the gold thickers for the word thankful. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use for the other parts of the title. So my title is going to be So Very Thankful for My Friends. And I want to use 3 different alphas. And so I'm going to have to go back into my stash and look for something else to use because everything that I pulled, those gray letters and then also the blue ones, I didn't really like how the colors were going with the paper that I had selected. And so I'm going to go through this sticker book This is a sticker book that I put together that has all of my alpha stickers by color, and I used an old Happy Planner. And so I love having this because it makes it really easy to just flip through it and find stickers that I need by color. And if you're interested in how I put this book together, I do have a video on my channel, and I will put a link to that video in the description below. Okay, so I went back and looked at my thickers, and I have a couple of smaller sets of thickers. There's this one here. It has white and also navy blue, but I'm going to go ahead and use these small white foam thickers to spell out "so very," and I'm going to use those pink thicker, or I'm sorry, the pink block stickers to spell out for my friends. And I love those block stickers because it not only had the pink, it also had an off-white and a red, and I thought it matched the flowers in that paper perfectly. Okay, so I also decided that I was going to go ahead and use the pink bow, and I love using bows in my layout. I was so happy to find those at Tuesday mornings, and yeah, they've been having more bows there. I think I've only been seeing them this year, and so I've been adding bows to my collection from Tuesday mornings for the past year, and I just have maybe like 3 packs of them, but I'm just loving using them on my layout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim down my photo just a little bit, and now I want to also trim the branding strip off of this paper, and I'm going to use that as my background. Now I need to decide which paper I'm going to use to mat my photos and how big that mat is going to be. And I'm just going to play around with the papers here and try to figure out which way I like to do it. Now I kind of wish I would have used a white or off-white paper to mat my photo and then matted it with this floral paper. But I really still like the way it looked. I just think it would have made my picture pop out from the background just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers layering guides, and I'm going to use the 3/8 inch layering guide to create a mat all the way around this picture. I love using these layering guides to create mats because it really does help you to get an even mat around the entire picture, and you don't have to really worry too much about getting it lined up in your paper trimmer. So I did create a video sharing how to use these layering guides and giving some tips on using them. So I will put a link to that video in the description as well if you'd like to check that out. But these layering guides take a little bit of practice to get used to using them, but once you figure them out, it makes it really easy to be able to make mats in all different sizes. And so here I'm going to use the 1/4 inch or maybe it might have been a different one. I can't remember what size I used. Oh, the 5/8 inch. I used a 5/8 inch. No, I didn't. Let's see, what size did I use? Did I use a 1/2 inch? I might have used a 1/2 inch. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that one there. And you can tell the measurements at the top there. At the very top of the ruler, I think you can see the 1/2 inch indicator there, and that's how you can tell how large the mat's going to be when you line it up against the edge of your picture. And I was having a little bit of trouble getting my blade to cut through there, but that was more me, I think, than anything else. And I'm going to give y'all a tip about using these layering guides that I figured out. I went to a friend's house and I was trying to use my layering guides, and I just kept cutting and cutting the paper, and it was so off, and I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And I wasn't paying too much attention because I was talking with my friends, and so I just kept messing my paper up, and I must have cut it like 3 or 4 times, and then I started really paying attention to what I was doing, and I realized that her table wasn't completely flat. So the table that I was using at my friend's house kind of had a dip in it, and so I wasn't getting a very good connection with the layering guide on my table. And one of the things I kind of thought about after that happened was that sometimes when I'm scrapbooking, I have trouble with my layering guides, and I think it's because I don't pick up the things on my table. I put my cutting mat right on top of things and then try to cut things out with that layering guides. And I think the bulk, like if you have paper and embellishments and then you put your cutting mat on top of that, you don't have a flat surface. And so since I kind of figured that out, I have made sure that I cleared my work surface off before putting my cutting mat down, and it's been working a lot better. So if you have trouble using those layering guides, give that a try because it does really help out quite a bit. Okay, so now that I have all my papers kind of cut out and I have my picture matted and my title, I'm going to start looking at embellishments. And I loved all of the different embellishments that came in this embellishment pack from My Mind's Eye. And this So Lovely Day collection is just gorgeous. And I was looking for it on the internet to see if maybe I could share a link to where you could purchase this. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So it must be a very old collection, even though it was available last year at Tuesday mornings. So if you do see it at Tuesday mornings, you should pick it up because it's super pretty. And I just love working with all of these different die cuts. A lot of them had gold foiling and yeah, super pretty. So the other thing that I also used was some of those die cut stickers from the Paper Studio that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I decided to only use two of them. They were very large, and so one of the things I was finding as I was going through all of these die cuts was that all of the florals were really tiny compared to those really large die cuts from the Paper Studio. And so other than that yellow kind of mum looking flower there, I'm going to put that in at the top of the layout just to kind of put some yellow there at the top. I'm not going to pull in any other florals. It didn't really go together with those larger ones that I had. Okay, so I did play around with this quite a bit, trying to figure out how to get more yellow into my layout. And I thought about maybe cutting apart some of that die cut, but it didn't really look very good. Now, I love those die cuts, but they're super large. So it was a little bit of a challenge to get more than two of them on the layout. So I'm just going to stick with using two of them. And I apologize for having my layout pushed up like that. I didn't realize it until just then. And so I brought it down into focus so you can kind of see what I'm doing there. So here I'm trying to figure out the placement of the doily, the title, and my picture. And I'm just going to move this around to try to see if I can figure out how to put the doily on there without covering up the design that's at the bottom right or bottom left hand corner, and also use these florals. And so I decided to put the doily underneath the picture in the center and just have it peeking out around the picture. I thought that gave such a feminine touch to the layout. It was really pretty, added a lot of different texture. And also doing that gave me a space down here at the bottom of the layout to put my title. I loved how the little yellow flower design kind of frames the title, and I just love the way that that came out. Okay, so this layout was pretty simple to do because I did really use the paper, the background paper, to kind of give me a start. And that's one of the cool things about using a background paper that already has a lot of design to it. And you can see here it has the gold frame around it. It has the mixed media look. I think it's really, really a pretty paper. And I didn't want to cover too much of that up. Okay, so I'm going to work on getting the rest of my title onto this layout. I wanted to make sure that I had enough space there to fit the entire title before I started gluing anything else down. And I do wish that I would have paid more attention to how I had those floral dies on the layout because I didn't really like how I ended up with the one on the left. And after I completely finished this video, I did go back and change it a little bit. I kind of thought it was weird because that leaf down there was pointing toward the word berry, and it was very close to it. It just kind of gave it a strange vibe that I didn't like. But I did get my title on there. I didn't make y'all watch me put all those little bitty letters onto my layout because that took me forever. So I was trying to get that floral on there without covering up my friend's arm. And so that was giving me a little bit of a challenge. I really wanted to put it a different way. But in the end, I ended up doing this. And I'm going to go back later and change it because I really didn't like the way that floral was framing the picture. It had a weird, like, empty gap there. And so anyway, I'm going to go back and change that later. So when you see the close-ups, you'll see that I did actually move that around just a little bit. I also didn't really like the way that the leaf was pointing and almost touching the V. Yeah, I don't know. Something about that just was kind of bugging me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing things down. I did decide to add some foam tape onto those die cuts because part of it was on top of the picture and it was looking kind of a little bit weird when I stuck it down. I do like using foam tape and adding dimension to things though, because it does give your layouts a really cool look to have dimension. So I don't like to have things just completely flat on my layout. I did look at using these stickers and I really wanted to use that circle, but it wasn't a circle. When I pulled it off the sticker sheet, I realized it was a square and I was going to have to cut it out. And I'm not too good at cutting out circles, so I just decided to skip that. And it was a black color and it didn't really go too well with the layout anyway. And I thought, well, I'll just leave it out. I also added a tag to the top of the layout and I'm going to pull in my twine here, and I decided to use a cream color twine with a gold thread running through it. So the twine that you saw there was on these ribbon hang tags that I created using my Cricut. And if you're interested in how I did that, I have a video that I will put a link to in the description below. And I just love having that because I just took maybe like 2 or 3 yards of each one of my twine and I put it onto the hang tags, and then I just hang that whole thing onto the side of my Rascal cart. And so whenever I need a piece of twine, I can just grab that and just use a little bit of it. So it works out really well. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and add some more foam tape here. So I have this saying here that says always and forever, and I thought that was really pretty. So I put that on top of the tag. I'm also going to put some word sayings on top of the florals. Those large florals, I just wanted to break them up a little bit. So I thought it was really cool that I added those words on top there. Now to finish off this layout, I'm going to add some jewels. I just thought that it needed some sparkle and I decided that I didn't really want to add any more color. I thought it would be really cool to add some clear jewels, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I also added a little yellow butterfly up there above the florals on the right hand side of the layout, and I wanted to bring some more yellow over there to that side and create a triangle with the color yellow. So you can see that I have the yellow butterfly and then that yellow flower there at the top, and then also the yellow flowers at the bottom of the layout, and it does create a visual triangle with that color. So I thought that was really pretty, and I just wish that I would have had a little bit more of the larger florals in that die pack. Most of the florals that came with the My Mind's Eye die pack were very tiny, so I just went ahead and added some other things instead. Alright, I also added some foam tape to the top part of that tag. I like to do that because it makes the tag kind of pop off the page a little bit. But because I added the foam tape just to the top part of the tag, I can still tuck it under the picture there. I also decided to use the one of my flare buttons, and it's a flare button that has a heart on a wood grain background. Now, as I was pulling a glue dot so that I could use to attach this twine to my layout, I found some butterflies there, and I'm going to go ahead and just use one of those butterflies and add it there at the bottom, and I just thought that was super pretty. It has gold on it already and also some jewels that are yellow or gold, and I thought it went perfectly with this layout. Okay, so I hope that I have given you guys some inspiration for this month's challenge at Scrap Our Stash. And be sure to go out to the website and check out the other layouts from the other design team members. We have 10 different people on the design team, and so there's lots there to get inspiration. So I hope you join us for this month's challenge. And I also have some close-ups of this layout coming up. So if you want to see that, go ahead and keep watching. I also have a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and Lilybell, if you want to stick around for that. And we also had a special guest. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this scrapbook process video. And if you did, please give this video a like. And if you would like to see more videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you join my channel. So that's all I have. Y'all take care and have an awesome day. And I'll hope to see you next time. Bye now. Hey Bella, what you doing? Where you going? You trying to guess where I'm gonna go? She does that. She wants to follow me, but she wants to be ahead. Hi girls, what y'all doing? Say, this is Mariah. She's visiting and she's staying with us for a week while my friend Debbie is on vacation. Yeah. What you girls doing, huh? I think they're hoping to get something. Is it treat time? Is it treat time, Miss Mariah? Is it treat time? Bella seems to think it's treat time. Now she's behind me. Let me see. Where'd you go? There she is. Hi, Bella. Is it treat time? Do you want a treat? Hello, do you want a treat? You do? I bet you do. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go get you a treat then, okay? You gonna come? Let's go. Come on. There she goes. I'm coming. Go ahead, you can go without me. I'm coming. All right, come on, girls. All right, what kind of treat would you like, Miss Bella? What kind of treat would y'all like, girls, huh? Would you like a chicken and peanut butter treat? Does that sound good? No! Do you want your special liver treat? Or the bacon? No, the bacon one? You want your bacon treat? It's not really a treat, but okay. Would you like that one? I can give you that one. You want that one? Okay. Yeah? Yeah. It's good for you because it's a joint supplement. It tastes like bacon. Right? Alright, let's get that one. Okay, so you ready? Okay, leave it. What you doing? Okay. Good job. Okay, let me go see if I can give Mariah one of her treats. Oops. Hi, Miss Mariah. Would you like a treat? There you go. Is it good? Okay, now what? I know she got something different, but she has her own food. And she has her own treats, and you have yours. Yeah. I think they want more. Do you want another treat? I can give you another one, a small one. Would you like another treat? No comment? Would you like another treat, Bella? Or you want to wait till later? You're not sure? Okay. I think Lilybell wants one, so we'll get you another one. Okay, so the first one that I gave them wasn't really a treat. It was actually a joint supplement. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a treat, and that's going to be this one, which are these little sausage bites from Loving Pets, and they're grain-free. And I did get these from Tuesday Mornings. I like to get my treats from there because I think they have really good quality and they're made in the USA, which is super awesome. Okay, are you ready for your real treat now? Okay, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Okay, good job. Okay, Mariah, do you want the rest of yours? Come over here and I'm gonna give you the rest of your treat. Here you go, sweetie. There you go. Back for more? Okay, can you tell everybody goodbye? Can you tell the YouTube people goodbye? Okay, Bella. What you doing? She's there looking for crumbs, I think. There's no crumbs. Here it comes. Where's the crumbs? I want crumbs. No crumbs. Can y'all tell everybody goodbye and have a nice day? Can you say anything? Miss Bella, can you tell everybody goodbye? Y'all are not talking very much lately. Okay, well I guess I will have to do it for you. So Bella and Lilybell say goodbye and so long and hope you have an awesome day. And we hope to see you next time. Bye now.